What's the most creative way you've seen someone avoid PT or field exercises without getting caught? Private Jake Miller was a genius at avoiding anything involving sweat or dirt. Not lazy exactly, just incredibly resourceful when it came to getting out of uncomfortable situations. Fort Campbell, 2018. We had a brutal 3-week field exercise coming up. Everyone dreading it. Kentucky summer, full gear, sleeping in the mud. Jake starts planning his escape 2 months ahead. First, he volunteers for every administrative duty on base. Suddenly, he's indispensable to the supply sergeant, the motor pool, even the chaplain. Creates this web of obligations that makes him too valuable to spare for field time. But command catches on. Orders everyone to the field. No exceptions. That's when Jake's real plan kicks in. Week before deployment, he starts complaining about stomach issues. Nothing dramatic, just mentions it casually. Feeling a bit off today, Sergeant. Shows up to sick call with vague symptoms. Doc can't find anything wrong, but Jake's persistent. Keeps a detailed food diary, charts his symptoms, even researches rare digestive disorders. Makes himself an expert on his own fake condition. The brilliant part? He times everything perfectly. Gets progressively worse right before field exercises. Starts losing weight on purpose. Looks genuinely sick. Even I was convinced something was wrong. Day we're supposed to deploy, Jake's in the emergency room. Severe intestinal distress. Doctors run every test. Blood work, CT scans, even a colonoscopy. Find absolutely nothing. But here's Jake's masterstroke. While we're sleeping in foxholes, he's researching his symptoms online. Discovers something called stress-induced functional dyspepsia. Real condition. Explains everything. Can't be proven or disproven. Spends 3 weeks on light duty while we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. When we return, Jake's made a miraculous recovery. Must have been the stress relief, he tells the medics. Command is suspicious but can't prove anything. Medical documentation is perfect. Jake followed every protocol. Even saw a gastroenterologist off base. The beauty of his plan, he actually convinced himself he was sick. Psychosomatic symptoms became real. Failed multiple lie detector tests because he genuinely believed his own story. Gets better though. Next field exercise, different approach. Jake volunteers to be the rear detachment communication specialist. Someone needs to coordinate with families back home. Creates this elaborate system for relaying messages between deployed soldiers and their wives. Spends 2 weeks in an air-conditioned office playing video games while we're doing night movements. Wives love him. Command thinks he's a morale booster. Jake's a hero for avoiding combat training. Then comes the annual PT test. Jake's worst nightmare. Can't fake his way through push-ups and sit-ups, but he's got a plan for that too. 2 weeks before the test, Jake starts training. Not for fitness, for injury. Researches exactly how much strain causes micro tears in muscles. Carefully overworks specific muscle groups. Creates legitimate but minor injuries. Test day arrives. Jake's got documented shoulder impingement, mild hip flexor strain, and chronic shin splints. All real, all self-inflicted, all perfectly timed. Gets a medical profile. No upper body exercises for 6 weeks. Limited running. Takes the bike test instead of the 2-mile run. Passes easily because cycling was always his strength. The guy turned malingering into performance art. Never got caught because he never technically lied. Just manipulated systems designed to help soldiers. Jake finished his enlistment with perfect evaluations. Never spent more than 3 days in the field. Never failed a PT test. Got promoted ahead of guys who actually did the work. Last I heard, he's working for an insurance company. Probably finding creative ways to deny claims. Some people are just born to game the system. Most of us hated him for it. But you had to respect the commitment. Takes dedication to make yourself genuinely sick just to avoid camping.